In my defense, I was tired, but I wanted to play Victoria 3. I did 2 videos last night, and I was just punching through the game. I was like, whoa, but I couldn't remember if I was pausing the video or pausing the game. That, like, okay, I could edit that part out. But then at the end of the run, when I accidentally accepted a white peace offer with England, that's when I said, okay, this is unusable. This is trash. Let's go back in the morning. And here I am, freshly showered and shaved and dressed. I put a shirt on, yeah. And if you think, well, that looks like a light shirt there, it's short sleeve and all. Well, this is Texas. We're right now about 10 degrees C hotter, or 20 degrees F hotter than we normally are this time of year. So, yeah, it's warm. Anyway, enough of the weather and my excuses. This is the world in 1885, and I know it's about 10 years or so after the last video. A lot has happened. I had 2 wars with France first, kicked them out. Yeah, you can see there's no France left in Africa. Okay, I'm going to get to that. But for like a week, there was no France in Africa. Oh, anyway, and took Morocco as a protectorate. Then I thought, all right, Belgium is going to be tough to get, but they're allied with the Confederate States of the USA. Well, let me just start something with them. Well, the Belgians didn't join the party, so all right, I took Texas and New Africa, and because Brazil supported the Confederate States of America, and so did Mexico, I said, all right, I'm going to get Maya, Amazonia, Confederation of the Equator, and Bahia. These are 2 protectorates. They're going to become puppets in a few years. That's okay with me. The rest are all puppets, and that helps my block, especially since I plan to absorb all the ones in Africa. All right, anyway, so I did that, built my Navy up to over 600 ships, and that meant I had more power than the British. You saw the 25,000 there. They're at 11,000 now. Yes, my Navy is now strongest. In fact, is it number 1? It is the number 1 Navy in the world. In the world. But yeah, once I had that Navy built out, then I thought, now it's time to take on Belgium because Britain's going to join the party. Don't attack Britain directly because that was going to pull Prussia and Austria in. Attacking Belgium, drew in Britain, and then it drew in Portugal. Well, the weird thing is, with all these territories here, the infamy adjusting mod basically gave these without any infamy, even the British stuff. But the Portuguese territories all had infamy attached to them. I'm like, wait, what? How? Why? Who? What? What? Why? Well, they do. And because of that, I had to proceed with caution. I couldn't just grab them all because I had some high infamy at the time. It came down. It was a long war. My infamy came down. Egypt is my puppet, but I paid for that up front because I said, hey, let's just transfer the puppet over here. And they had more territory. But as the war was winding down, they had the Socialist Rebellion. And oh, great. And they were still at war with the French, which that war resolved. There was a big one here. There's both the French Socialist Rebellion, and there was a war that France started with England. And it looks like, when I click on France, they don't light up over here. It looks like the French lost it. And who got this? No, the British still own it. Wait, what happened there? I thought you're done with that war. Or is there a war with Spain? This is getting confusing. There's a lot of wars. Oh, yeah, here it is. Oh, no, they're still at war. I guess they pieced out with Belgium then. Okay. Look, crazy. A lot of fighting over here. And during that time, I started my war with Belgium. Portugal came in, so did England. So I decided, all right, if Portugal's there, I am going to finish off Gambia. Got all the British territory, and we now border the Portuguese. Expanding into the high malaria part of Africa, it turns out you need antibiotics to take this down by 99%. And yeah, you see the 99% penalty there? Well, that's because I don't have antibiotics. And I didn't see it in my previous game because we were getting technology so fast, I already had antibiotics. So playing as a non-European nation means, number one, you don't get the extra bonuses that modders are going to write in for nations that have European capitals. That's just that you're not going to get them, and you know, fair enough. Also, given that there's a lot of, let's say, nationalism, uh, ugly nationalism in the game, I was noticing that my geologist was not getting his guess on the age of the Earth voted for by many other nations. He was getting rejected a lot. I'm going like, wait a minute, this doesn't happen when I am playing a European nation. Well, and yeah, exactly, it doesn't. In the game, it's not that the authors of the game or the authors of the mod going, ha ha ha, let's stick it to people from it. It's just, this is the way the world was, and it's like, yeah, we have cultural preferences, and we have a level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a very complicated explanation for saying they were rejecting it because he was black. Let's just put that out there. It's the pixels doing it, not the game, not the developers, not Paradox, not the modder, not me, the video creator. It's the pixels. They racist. Anyway. Oh yeah, it's spicy now. Oh, it's like, yeah, that's right. I called all y'all European pixels racist. Not actual Europeans, not all of them, but you know. Anyway, the point being that, yeah, if you've got scientists and they're doing stuff, they're going to get rejected, ridiculed, and things like that, no matter what their accomplishments may be, until finally you get to the point where they cannot deny you have entered. Breaking through the glass ceiling in Morgenrot, breaking through the racial and cultural barriers in Morgenrot, is a victory I didn't expect I would have to have, and that I would enjoy having so much. This was going in and actually saying, like, looking at my science, and my astronomer was the one that mapped the moon. That's right. Dr. Amina Al-Hajj mapped the moon. An African woman mapped the moon, not a white European man. No way. Anyway, oh, what's her background? Petite bourgeoisie. Okay, well, you know, she has some money, but and if I look at it now, hey, I'm on rank 2 by astronomical prestige. I had to fight my way up those rankings there, and that I feel is something of an accomplishment there. And if I look at my paleontologist, ooh, we're on rank 7 because we only got the 2 skeletons. Or, you know, okay, we'll work on that. How about my naturalist? Oh, but wait, with zoo animals, we're in 8th place, and we have access to all the safari stuff. We're going to do that, and I made some good friends. I'm importing more animals. I'm just, oh yeah, I'm going to catch them all, and I just got a nice little import coming in from Australia soon. Yeah, these things are fun. How about my geologist? Where do we stand here? On rank 4. But given that we had 0 like 20 years ago, this is a rapid rise. I feel like, yeah, any nation you play that you get to industrialize and then start ramping up your technology, you know, this is what people like in a Japan run. Like, yeah, I want to rapidly industrialize. Now, a Japan run also means deal with the fact that you're completely shut off from the world. That's, you know, bonus difficulty. But any other nation that you can expand and improve the technology on, you're going to have that feeling like, yeah, we're punching above our weight, we're breaking through, we're getting up there. And really, in terms of, you know, I'm number 1. Oh wow, I didn't see that. No, I guess you beat Britain, you become number 1. Good job there. Okay, what's the work to do? Well, you can see I have some secession movements, but these are like, they're going to have 1 battalion and they may fizzle, so we'll see. I can deal with them. Spanish have risen up before. I tried to pass multiculturalism. That failed. I tried it again. I'm having other bills fail. And even though I've got the mod that boosts the chance of approval, some say cheat, but I say boost, no, they're not going through at all. Makes me think that in some cases, if you want to have one of these nations get big, one of these small undeveloped nations get big, you're going to need mods that boost performance. If you play without them, it's a much longer, harder, tougher road. And I like action. Hi, and I'm getting it. So here it is, 1885, and I've got plenty of unemployed and peasants. So, yeah. I did, because I wasn't industrializing early. So, yeah, I've got room to grow. I've got room to build. We're going to do that. My economy is in a wreck. You can see I'm almost maxed out on my debt. 177 million out of 191 million. That's my ceiling. And we're raising loads of taxes, and I have 36 million radicals. 34% of my population is like highly dissatisfied. I need to cut the taxes. This growth is going to happen on its own. I need to cut the taxes, get people where they're not paying out the nose. Like, let's take a look at the population here. Yeah, there's that upper strata deficit there. Yeah, they're going to invest in stuff. I'd like, as much as I'd like to stick it to them, they're going to lead rebellions because they own people with guns and stuff. Yeah. And even the middle class, they need a little bit more. The lower strata, you're doing fine. I can actually hike up their taxes, maybe. Yeah. And then just a little bit, and then use that to offset the tax. Yeah, okay, here I am. Who do I sound like? I'm going to tax the poor so I can do a tax cut for the rich. I mean, who do I sound like? Oh, dear. Okay, but then I plan to cut taxes for everybody once this is done. We just had a massive war with England. We got to pay for it. And so I'm going to work on that part. Anyway, so yeah, war with England, settled it out, got Egypt, woo-woo, but Egypt's still at a war. Not only do they have the Socialist Revolt, but the French Republic picks up this chunk here because Egypt settled out of that war. And so the French made this demand for Upper Egypt. That's where I had my dig site, France. So do I have a truce with France? I do not. So I could just kick it off by saying, I have a diplomatic demand targeting a state, namely Upper Egypt. I'll pay no infamy for it because I'm taking it for it's a French colony, essentially. And the only person that'll show up to help out is Greece. Maybe Mexico. Oh, if Mexico shows up, I'd like it. If Scandinavia shows up and Italy show up, great. That works out beautifully because Italy has got these two little nubbins on my side here. Scandinavia has got that and Gaza. And I think Mombasa is still that's a French protectorate there. Boop. So, yeah, I'll conquer Mombasa as well. So, yeah, if I attack France and everybody else gets involved, fine with me. Yeah, I'll get the party started there. Greece, I don't know if I'll take their territory. I've seen way too many Greek rebellions going on. I do not need a slice of Balkans. I've already got my fun over here, these little one-state rebellions here. This is why I need multiculturalism, so they cut it out. And I just have one big, if I get my nationalist rebellion, that would, I'll take these whack-a-mole ones over the big 50% of the country saying, we are racist. Not very, we're not, we're just casual racists. We're not professional racists, you understand, just casual ones. So that's why we have the cultural exclusion and not the racial segregation law. Yeah. Yeah, so we're just casual racists here. Anyway, this makes people angry, so we need to wait a while. We need the economy to be we need to not have 34% of our country in a radical state if I expect to pass that bill and succeed. I almost said secede. Actually, I could pass that bill and everyone secede. Whoa. All right. I've got some cleanup work to do. And when I come back, I'll be making that grab for Upper Egypt. Now, as I'm cleaning up, something I want to call out is as you cut taxes from the maximum, they'll go down, and you'll see like, I went down to 34K positive amount per week twice, and as it creeps back up, I go, okay, let's cut some more tax. Let's cut some more tax, because the people are going back to work. They're feeling better about things. They're growing the economy, and then that growth in the economy results in, well, more tax base. So even though you're cutting taxes, you increase the tax base, and that lifts it. It gets to a point where you can cut taxes too far, and then you're not collecting anything because you've already expanded the economic base as much as you can, and then people go, oh, well, they cut taxes, I guess I won't pay them. Oh, and they just have a party. But when you're at the maximum tax, when you're at max tax, you can cut it and you're getting less revenue overall, but, well, yeah, because I had like less revenue overall, but my expenses are also declining. And anyway, if you cut taxes, people pay more. If you have a high tax, then they reject it. In fact, there's even events there with your groups in the game where they'll just withhold taxes if they're too angry at you. And if you make them happier, then with prosperity, they'll start paying more tax. So anyway, as you cut tax, watch it go down and watch that weekly number go back up, and then you can move in. I've also got all these unrealized taxes. I'm working on building some more administration just to see if that can help that number there. And because if that goes positive again, this number here will likely change. Part of it is because I have 34% of my economy or my population furious with me. I understand that if I get them less furious, they'll also pay more tax. That's another pro tip. So yeah, we're going to work that. We're going to work on that. I mean, this is fast. Just a few days have gone by after the last tax cut, and it went down to like negative 34, and then whoop, now it's back up to 120K. My angry people has gone down by, well, wait a minute, it went down, now it went back up. Well, it'll go back down again. They wobble, but still. The other part is, I forgot to mention, if you expand the economic base, then you get more jobs available for people who want to work, and then if they're not unemployed, then they work it. Maybe that's what I should do, just find some resource that I need a lot of and build it everywhere. And what do we got here? Aha, coal. We're going to build some coal. And whatever else I can do that's on the agriculture or resources tab, because these things take a short amount of time to build and they get people to work. So I could do that. I'll want to go carefully because I don't want to overbuild and have that positive weekly balance go negative, because I need it to stay just at least above zero, just so that way as the economy expands, the debt limit increases. So even if I don't pay any off, I just get more room to borrow. That helps in a war. So yeah, managing debt is a very important part of Victoria 3. And I love that actually in a game where everything else is like, oh no, if you go negative, man, you're dead. No, in Victoria 3, it's like, okay, so I'm borrowing. Hey, it's all right. Just grow the economy. I'll grow my way out of debt. It's fine. It's fine. Nothing to see here. To Zanzibar. This is one of the benefits of Morgenrot. I get the Olympic Games. Yeah. All right, another thing that happened was as I built out some additional administration, which is going to help out, I noticed that my weekly balance went negative, just slightly, but it went negative. That means these government administrations are clogging up the system. It's going to take 38 weeks to build these. Now, the volcanic observatory, which was already in a rebellious area, that's almost done. We'll just let that go. But let's not worry about our sunk costs and those things. Let's build where we can build and build quickly. Let's find areas that are not being overly shut down and build in those. Now that I've seen that, and we still need a lot more coal. Well, let's go for the coal. Now, of course, I can only build in certain areas, and I'm not building abroad. I need domestic jobs. All right, Benin and Outer Hausaland are already maxed out. East Hausaland can support me, as can Niger, But let's take a look at the. I need to look at the radicals and map that out. All right, so 4 areas I saw that had a lot of peasants and unemployed were East Hausaland, Niger, Timbuktu, and South Madagascar. And looking at this map, I can see that, well, uh, okay, I need to get that map again. Where's radical? Okay, here we go. Looking at this map, I could see that East Hausaland, yeah, they've got quite a lot of radicals, but I need to fix that anyway. Niger, they're kind of better. Timbuktu is like, forget about it right now. South Madagascar is not too hot, so we could build some stuff there and have that come out quickly there. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and go with East Hausaland, Niger, and South Madagascar. Even though these have got some radicalization in them, I'm gonna ride it out. I'm gonna work with that as we get 3,000 more coals in the economy. Funny enough, Niger and East Hausaland are actually normal build time, and South Madagascar is up a week. Oh well. I am on 2 pages. It is going to go negative, but it's going to be a short time. And I don't think it's going to be like in the millions. That's what happens when I'm at war and I'm building a lot of stuff there. This is going to be in the hundreds of thousands, and we are growing our credit base, I hope. But yeah. If you'll excuse me, I just got an African penguin I need to put in the zoo. I'll be right back. Whoa. Check me out, man. 8 golds at the Olympics. Austria got 2. Makes me think one of these countries, or out of the top 10, I think only Sokoto and Austria have actually got professional athlete or good athletic programs. The rest are struggling. They're struggling. But hey, hey, at least Great Britain, you got some silvers and some bronzes, right? Citius Altius Fortius, higher, faster, stronger. We only have 2 zoo animals less than Great Britain. We're coming for you. We still have a few more in Africa we can gather up because you have to get them with a safari, and we're the only ones that got them. Yeah, and we're not allowing anybody else to get them. Ha ha ha! No, no, no. They're gonna be ours, not yours. Ours. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, we're doing really good on rebuilding the economy. I'm gonna go ahead and let this kind of ride. But maybe I should. Well, shall I let it ride or cut taxes? There we go. Well, they've got all of them have an excess. The middle class has even more excess than before, and that 1% of 429, that's equal to about 4K, and 4% of 15, well, that's less than 4K. To get that'd be 25% of that. They're not there yet, and 28%. Oh, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong number. That's the size. This is their income. Yeah, okay, so 1%. All right, it's still 1% of 339K. That's 3. And to get 3 out of 18, that's 1/6. That's 16%. They're not there yet. They're getting a fourth of that. And 28% of 5, that's 1. So, yeah, don't feel bad that they only have 1.4% excess. They've got a lot of income, and yeah, don't feel bad at all. Not at all, because they still have, even with just that little bitty excess, they've got way more than everybody else. So, nah. I'm feeling good here. We can cut taxes on the Po and the middle. So let's take a look at our taxes here. Per capita taxes will impact everybody except peasants. So that's the middle. And I haven't cut these yet. I'm going to now. I've already cut income, dividend, and consumption quite a bit. Let's take this down to 1.5 and see what that does. All right, it says 419, but it could do something else over time. But if I let it go through a tick and it stays in the 400s, then I'm good. I could cut that some more and go with that. So I'm letting this run, so just to model how to do that. Do a few other things. Let's trust in science. We're climbing a mountain in China right now. Ooh, yeah, we could get a little bit of volcano danger. Oh no, we got 2. Okay, back out. We got plastic, so we can make some more glass, or actually plastic glass. Anyway, we'll do that, and we'll quarantine Yes, you want to quarantine a polio epidemic. Trust me, you do. All right, so let's. I've gone through some stuff here. We can go ahead and cut this some more. So it looks like let's go down another 2 and take that down by 2, and we'll see what that does. All right, I'll clear these out. And, oh, wow. Okay. 273. That's that's good. That's good. That means we have now, as that translated into more stuff here, yeah, 8.8 excess. So I doubled, no, yeah, I doubled it and pushed their excess up some more too. So that's good on them. They're going to have more money and they'll be able to live better and they'll get less angry with me. I've already got my group down to 32.6 million when it was at 35. So yeah, they're getting happier. They're paying. This number was at 303, and that's coming way down. As people get happier, they participate, and that's good news for the bottom line. And we could still go even lower on our taxes. So let's do that. And I got some more to build. I don't know if I'm going to get to France in this particular episode because of all the tuning I got to do. But yeah, it's this is part of the management of the game. This is what we like about it in Victoria 3. We're not constantly conquering stuff. We're like, I gotta work on my economy here. I gotta work on my tax base. Speaking of advancements, we made the periodic table. Oh yeah. There we go. Yes, yes, yes. That's a yeah, that Sokoto did that. Yeah, we had nothing at the start, right? Nothing. Y'all thought we were just like can't even, but no, yeah. All right, equality. Woo. Yeah, and not just equality, but we're better. Okay, so inequality. Woo. No, I don't like inequality. Okay, no, we're gonna go with equal. If we conquer all of Europe, then we can have full equality. Anyway, this is going down a dark hole. We're happy we made a periodic table. Let's not read anything else into this. We're good, and this is going to benefit the world of science. We're all in this together. We are all scientists at heart. Those of us who are actually scientists. Anyway. It's good. It's good. Panda babies. Name them Tao Tao. Yeah. Hee 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 hee. Okay, it's about 3 years of game time, and we are now, you can see our credit just underneath the balance here. It's at 185 million out of 302 million. So yeah, I borrowed more money, but the economy expanded by way more than I borrowed. It was like 171 and 250 or 230 or something. So yeah, I've added lots more capacity to the economy here. We are right out in number 1 with our GDP. And actually that's because the Raj was having a rebellion there. They're still having it. So once that's over, they'll likely go back to number 1. That's got to be concerning for the British, having seen the Dutch East Indies explosion over there. Anyhow, so what am I ready to do now? Take on France? Well, no. I'm next to Buganda and all this area. I could clean this out, get some colonies started in this area here, and just get the big, make the big green happen. So I'm going to work on this. We're just going to annex the country. Sure, it makes some other nations mad, but go for it. If you guys want to get involved, step up. I don't think you will, and I'm not worried about it. I'm just gonna send the guys. You know what? I should probably. These guys are here. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I could use the 4th Army. Mobilize. Send them to the. Get them back to that front. It's in your territory anyway. And yeah, we'll just pick up a few more of these. It's not that big a deal on my weekly budget. So yeah, we'll be okay. And I've got Oh, I also got telephones going. Now, once I discover central planning, I'll be able to uh, get my administration to start using telephones and expand my capabilities that way. Oh yeah, also these guys have come down from 35 or 36 million down to just above 29 million. This has come up to 7 million from, I think it was a 2 or 3. It was bad. Maybe 300K. I don't know. Our infamy is okay, and this number, which was at 303K of unpaid tax, is now down to 125K. That has helped a lot. And as far as taxes go, yeah, I got rid of the land and per capita taxes, so the po folk are doing all right. And income and dividend and consumption taxes are running nicely there. Let's take a look at our disposable income here. Yeah. So the upper strata, they got a little more excess. Middle strata, they stay in there. Lower strata, they're staying there. So yeah, people got excess money and just enjoy it. And I've got a lot of events to click through here. But yeah, we're going to work on cleaning up around Lake Sokoto. Because that ain't Victoria, baby. She dead. We run this place. Anyway. But yeah. And then once I have this cleaned out, maybe in a little while, I'll take on the French stuff. So this is more of an interim time period video about cleaning up the budget, building carefully on the economy, and reducing taxes to improve just overall conditions, reduce radicalism, and get the country more stable after a really big war with England that we had. Oh, but before I do the other stuff, I do want to cover a little bit of sports news here. Number one, we've got a victor in the Great Sokoto bicycle race. He's got the imagination of the nation. What does he stand for? Is he for the intelligentsia? Is he for more legitimacy? I've already got 100. No. Or is he for the working class? Yes, he's a working class hero. All right. And we've now got a basketball as another sport in Sokoto. Soccer is our national sport, but yeah, let's play a little bit of basketball, what say? Get some hoops. Hey. Well, by taking over that little bit north in southern Uganda there, our scramble for Africa has been completed. We get a place in the sun. And even though there's some more Africa to scramble for, not really scrambling. We're in charge. We're moving purposefully here. So, yeah, I'll finish wrapping that up there, and my plan is then to go against the French, who are still fighting not one but two wars with British. Not one but two wars. I think one of them was because they supported the okay, this is the first one they started here. Okay. The second one, I think this is the one over the British support of the French Socialist Rebellion. And they still want to get the West Indies and Indian Ocean territory out of that one. But from this one, the British, West Indies and Indian Ocean, they're asking for the same war goals. What's wrong with that? So that means France could lose one war and then win the other one. And if they do it, or Britain could do that. It all depends on which war ends first and second, and then that will settle who gets the West Indies and the Indian Ocean territory. I don't even know, but yeah, we're working on it here. We're reclaiming. We got return state goals now on all the stuff around the big lake here, Lake Sokoto. And you know what I like here right now? It's how it looks like Sokoto and then period. That little Lake Tana there. It's like Sokoto, the finest in African nations. But yeah, so yep. Like, comment, subscribe to Zanzibar and all that stuff. And we will see you in the next one. And this is a keeper. This, I didn't have to, the others, yeah, garbage. This one, keeping it. We'll see you later. Like, comment, subscribe. I need to turn this off.